Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel. I am the designer behind Evelyn and Peter. So this video is going to look slightly different than some of my other videos. So if you've been following along and you're already subscribed to my YouTube account, you know that I post crochet tutorial videos and stitch tutorial videos, and I like to share with you guys the designs that I made and walk you along on how to make them so you can do it yourself. And that's not going to change. I am going to continue to post those, but I thought I would also start adding in some different types of videos as well as the tutorial videos. I thought I would start sprinkling in maybe some tip videos or behind the scenes vlogs, or maybe some Q&As, just stuff like that, more of behind the scenes and the process of just the actual design when I walk you through that. So I'll be in front of the camera a little bit more, sharing some knowledge with you guys because I love you guys and I just want to share with you guys everything that I've learned along the way of my, I guess, crochet journey, you could say. I don't want to sound like the Bachelor or Bachelorette. It's been a journey. But yeah, so I thought I would do that, and I hope you guys enjoy these kinds of videos. If you have any requests, you can leave those in the comments. I've been doing this for a long time, so I plan on sharing with you guys how I make my money and how to run a blog, how to start on Etsy, just really anything. So anything that you can think of and you would like to know, just let me know below and I will be sure to add that into my to-do list, which is never ending. But okay, so for this video, sorry as well if I am like a little bit awkward in front of the camera. I don't even know if I'll post this version. I have already practiced twice and deleted twice, but I figured I would take my own advice and do what I'm telling you guys to do. And this leads me into my point of the video today, which is tips on becoming a crochet designer. So maybe you crochet and you love following along with my tutorials and you've been doing it for a while. Maybe you sell finished product, I don't know, and you've always wanted to become a designer. Well, I plan on helping you guys out. So here are my tips for today. I even wrote it down. I'm all prepared. So my first tip, and this is going to be super cliche, but you just have to start. So I got started kind of by accident on designing. I used to only sell my products on Etsy, and I don't know if you guys will remember the bun beanie craze, but literally everybody and their mom was making the bun beanie, and it was just like crazy bun beanies everywhere. That's all anybody ever wanted. It started happening like a couple months before Christmas. So I remember I just sat there for like over 2 months just making the same crochet bun beanie over and over and over and over again and selling it in my Etsy shop, because that's how I originally started, was selling finished product. And I had gotten several messages from people asking me if I sold the pattern for this because they didn't want the finished beanie, they just wanted the pattern. I was like, I don't, but I do now. So I ended up writing down my pattern. And it was a terrible pattern, you guys. It was horrible. It's so embarrassing. If you go and look back at some of my old patterns, it is just like beyond embarrassing. I can't even begin to tell you. I've deleted several old ones. There are actually quite a few out there that still exist that are old, but you can definitely see the difference between a pattern that I release now and a pattern that I released back in the day. And I think this was like, gosh, I don't even know when it was. Maybe the end of 2017 time frame. I don't know. I'd have to go double check. So anyways, it was kind of like a happy little accident that I started designing. I made this crochet bun beanie, posted it on Etsy, and it was just like sale, 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 sale. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now. This is happening, because it was kind of in that time period. I was tired of making finished products for people, wanted to start just like doing what I wanted to do, didn't want to have to make like special things for people and custom orders and stuff like that and make the same thing over and over. I am like a one and done kind of girl. I wanted to make the product and never make it again. And I think making 1,000 bun beanies pushed me over the edge. So I wrote up my bun beanie pattern and started selling it. And after that, it kind of just snowballed from there and started designing more and more things. And looking back at it, like I said, they were some really bad patterns. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no experience writing crochet patterns. I think at this time I had tested for a couple of people, which I'll get into that as well. And I really just had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I could read a pattern, so why couldn't I write the pattern? And that's what I did, is I wrote it down with no experience. And you guys, I didn't even include a gauge in this pattern. That's how bad it was. And that was my first 3-star review from somebody on Etsy, was on this pattern, because they said it's a great pattern. I like this beanie, but she didn't even include a gauge. So I was like, oh my God, I had a meltdown, you guys. It was like the end of the world. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Someone gave me a 3-star review. Which leads me into my next tip. That was I'm proud of myself. And now I'm ruining it by saying I'm proud of myself. Leads me into my next tip: learn from your mistakes. So after you get started, just to get started with no experience, you're gonna make mistakes. I still make mistakes to this day. I make designing mistakes, and that's okay. Nobody's perfect. That top designer out there that you just love and you make her patterns or his patterns, guess what? They make mistakes too. I make mistakes all the time, and it's not that big of a deal. Like, you probably wouldn't even know, and you can fix those mistakes. So when I realized what a gauge really was and that it needed to be in the pattern, that it was necessary, I wrote a gauge in the pattern and I fixed it and I added it to the pattern, and I learned from my mistake. And there'll be mistakes in other ways as well, whether it is within the pattern and you mess something up, which I still do to this day. I don't know, maybe you'll mess up in other ways as well, like on your blog, or maybe you will mess up in a YouTube tutorial video like I have, but we are all human and you can come back from it. I promise. It's not the end of the world. Just do it and make some mistakes. You will learn from it and you're gonna be happy in the long run, trust me. So my third tip on becoming a crochet designer is to test for other designers, which I kind of touched on a little bit ago. And this would probably be one of the best tips that you could do besides just starting, is test for people who know what they're doing. So there's lots of different ways that you can test for other designers. You can find Facebook groups on crochet testing. If you are on social media, a lot of the times they have testing calls like I do. I put out lots of my testing calls on social media. I also have an email list of all of my testers who get first dibs on testing my patterns when I have time to have them tested, which is a whole other story. I could get into that in another video. But I used to have every single one of my stuff tested, and I used to test for people all the time. And so you'll learn the in and outs of kind of like what the designers are looking for. A lot of the times they have like questions that they will ask of you after you make the design. Like, not only is it like, did you catch any typos, but a lot of it is like, did this size fit? Or Like, is the gauge okay? Stuff like that. So you'll learn a ton just by doing it for other people. And I highly recommend trying this out if you're not already. If you're watching this video, you might already be a tester, which is great. Keep doing it, keep learning. And let's see, one of my last tips is to make a dedicated social media account like Instagram for your crochet designing business. So I don't think I would be where I am today if it wasn't for Instagram. Thank goodness for Instagram. I started on Instagram before I even started designing, just posting like my whip shots or my finished photos of other people's things that I would make from other people's designs. Or if I was testing for someone, I would post them on there. And I grew my Instagram from obviously 0 followers to now I have over 75,000 followers, and it's continuing to grow. And I'm so thankful for that. I have found so many opportunities. This is a great way to put your content out there and reach a wide audience of other crocheters who are just like you, other designers who are just like you, other people who want to be doing the same thing. There is a lot of supportive people out on social media. Sometimes it may not seem like that, and you do run into some bad eggs sometimes, and there's always trouble when it comes to social media for things such as it's not always good for your mental health, or maybe you are the type of person to see other people's things and feel bad about yourself, and you really just kind of gotta block that from your brain and focus on yourself and post your stuff and connect with other people on there who are like you. It's a great place to make friends. I have made some really amazing friends on Instagram, and it doesn't have to be Instagram. You can do it on TikTok or whatever you want to do it on. I'm also on TikTok as well, and I found that a whole other type of platform that I actually love, and I think that's kind of what is starting me to be more in front of the camera on YouTube. Is I got a little bit more comfortable on it by being on TikTok. So that is my final tip. That's all I got for you. I'm hoping that this video helps some of you. Again, let me know in the comments if you have anything specific that you want to know. I am an open book. I am here to help, and I'm excited to make more of these videos. So yeah, just let me know if you liked this one, and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are all amazing, and I will see you in just a couple of days with a brand new tutorial. Who knows, that tutorial might be out even before this video because I still have to edit this, but I will see you guys in the next video.